Hello everyone. Today I will show you a small new device that I recently made. It concerns the fact that you can adapt a grinder for cutting, like a jigsaw circular saw and disc saw. I want to note right away that I could have bought this circular saw, but I am not a supporter of having many electric motors in the workshop because, as I see it, each operation requires its own electric motor. A lathe is one, a screwdriver is another, an electric planer is a third, a milling machine is a fourth, a grinder is a fifth, a drill press, or something else. These are all electric motors. A pile of copper is lying in the garage. Therefore, I believe that if you can use one tool for different purposes, for different operations, then you should use it. I've watched many different similar gadgets and devices on YouTube. People talk about their advantages, but I came up with such a simple thing that I think it might surpass others in some ways because there are no moving parts, no corners, no levers. It's just such a product. Here is the plate that sets the angle for the discs. Here is the place for attaching the grinder. I made this handle specifically to make it easier to push in our clamp when we are making our undercut. How it is assembled, how it is installed, you will see now. It's a very simple operation, and at the same time very precise because there's no, from what I've seen, they attach in two places, and there might be such movement. If you secure it at 2 points, it might move like this. Grinder, it can wobble, and you need to set the angle precisely each time. The angle is preset. This bracket, which I welded here, I then slightly adjusted to ensure the angle is straight. And in this way, every time during installation and removal, everything remains in the same alignment. That is, a grinder is needed, of course, with a hole for the third handle attachment, because without this it won't work here. Such a mounting is absolutely necessary here. I will install it right here. Now, while it's not tightened, I'm showing it. So this is the maximum extension of the disc. In this way, it just stands here. Auf 115 disc, auf 0,5 grinder. The maximum extension of the disc in this position, the minimum, like this, it can be less than 0. Actually, this distance is calculated for a 125 disc. Like this. So, for example, I need to make a groove in this foil to half its thickness. For instance, this is how I set the tooth projection. There. The tooth projection is set like this, right? I tighten it. I check that's it. I tighten to the middle of the thickness, and I have the saw set vertically. That is, at a right angle to this plate. And we proceed. Groove. There. The groove is increased with a length of half the panel. However, after that, let's say, I need to cut it completely. What do? I cut it in such a way that the blade comes out better than the panel itself. This is how the blade is set. I want to cut it completely through, thus we use it and also cut completely through. That's the piece we needed cut off. Before that, of course, we set the required distance in advance. Knowing the distance at which the disc is from the edge of this tile, which is 128 meters for me, I set it along the lino where I needed to cut. And in this way, we end up with a simple, interesting device that is made very quickly with some skills. Here, you go. I welded this handle for convenience so there wouldn't be any lectures on digging. In some cases, if, for example, it will be standing vertically, I can add an additional handle here. That is, I will hold onto the handle and this lever that I personally crafted. This is how it all works. I saved another electric motor, saved some amount of money. Enjoyed making it, and now I will play and work with it as needed. I will have a similar device. That's the whole thing. Well, here, the lift is sufficiently 3 millimeters. Mine is a bit thicker. So, I ask you, until next time,